Hi, it's Jane with Scraptasticyarns, and I'm coming to you with a little word knowledge. You know, on WARDEN Tarnation Tuesday, there was a story about the bear with the bucket on its head, and in it, it talked about how that they hazed the bear. Well, I got to wondering what exactly is hazing the bear and how do you go about that? And I know some of you thought I had said tased, but it was hazed with an H. And this little article explains how to haze a bear. And this basically is the officials, wildlife officials, started looking into ways to get bears to where they weren't enamored with humans, didn't want to be around humans. So this article kind of explains what they did. It could be a bad year for black bears, according to Kelly Crane, and this is a story in 2018. Colorado Parks and Wildlife District Manager in the Ouray Ridgeway area. Drought is affecting the bear's natural food sources, which could result in more human-bear interactions. When their natural food sources aren't available, it pushes them into more urban environments to look for food, Crane explained. Last summer, a mother bear and her 2 cubs were making the rounds in the city of Ouray and nearby campgrounds. Typically, wildlife officials and police officers will haze a bear with a taser, a brand of electric stun gun to scare them away. But what they have found is that it is not as effective as they originally thought. We've been using tasers for the last few years, and we spent a lot of hours last year trying to haze bears. We just weren't sure how effective our efforts were, she said. When you spend 100+ hours trying to haze bears with tasers, it's not going to be cost effective if it is not working. Crane said she personally spent over 100 hours in 2017 hazing bears, while 2 wildlife officers in the Ouray area exhausted an additional 200+ hours repelling bears. And that's not counting what the police department did with their bear deterrent efforts. So the CPW and police departments were partnering together to conduct a 3-year black bear hazing research project to determine the most effective methods for hazing. And that was starting in that season in 2018. So this year would be the final year for the study. The study will include 10 adult bears, 5 in a control group, and 5 in a study group. The bears will be equipped with GPS collars. If bears from the control group visit the city, they'll be hazed with tasers. The study group will be hazed using different methods, including rubber bullets, beanbag shotgun rounds, and scare tactics involving light and/or sound, Crane said. A GPS collar costs $1,250, while a trap transmitter runs $480. Crane requested $8,000 from the county for the project. Police officers will be required to fill out study data forms whenever they haze a bear. Crane said a study like this hasn't been done before in the area, so it's important to collect that data. In addition to determining the effectiveness of each hazing methods, the study will help officials identify hazing gaps and needs. I've been a wildlife officer for 20 years and have used a lot of different methods, Crane said. Crane said there haven't been any sightings reported of bears in the Ouray area yet, but that's not the case everywhere. There are bears in the state that are already up and out of hibernation. So, it is critical for folks to remember that if a bear finds a meal in or around your home and really becomes unafraid of humans, it is more likely that a human-bear interaction can occur. Careless behavior by people, whether leaving your trash out, keeping a dirty campsite, or worst of all, purposely feeding a bear. It most often is what leads to these interactions. Unfortunately, our wildlife managers are then tasked to remedy many avoidable problems. CPW officials said black bears do not typically hurt humans. However, since they are large, powerful animals, they pose a very serious risk to human health and safety when they become conditioned to finding meals from human sources, according to the release. Now, if you put in Google a search for hazing bears, you're going to find the most recent method they're finding they use that works, and it is shooting bean bags or rubber bullets out of a gun at the bear while you have loud noises and lights in the background, like people screaming, yelling. That is most effective with people, and that is how you haze a bear. So I just found that rather interesting. I thought you guys might find it a little interesting. And they do tell you the rubber bullets and the bean bags that they shoot out of a gun to them do not injure them. And of course they do not. Bears have a pretty tough hide. So, and mostly they're shooting them at them, not hitting them always. So there's that for a grain of thought. Alright, that's it for this little video, and so now you know more about hazing a bear, if you should ever need it. See you guys again soon. Bye.